guys, hope everyone's safe and healthy indoors. I'm Shivani and I'm creative producer at Supari Studios.
Hi guys, I'm Ria. I'm a senior creative producer at Supari. Hope everyone's safe and well at home.
Hi everyone, my name is Sakshi and I work as a senior creative producer here at Supari Studios.
Today, the three of us are going to tell you how we've been remote shooting over the last couple of months. We have had some learnings, so we're just going to throw them all at you and hoping you guys find something helpful from it. Just like any other shoot that you would have done pre-lockdown, pre-production is as if not more important when you're doing a project that is remote. So account for that time where you can make your execution plan and plan out your workflows so that you don't run into any problems later on the project. It's really important that everyone on the project, from the people who are going to be executing to the people who are going to be on camera, that's your cast, is well aware of what is expected out of them and they're in sync with the creatives of the project. So if you have a script or a short breakdown ready, then run your cast by it because it'll just help them get more familiar with what is expected out of them and what they're supposed to do on the day, and you won't waste time then on the day of your shoot. During this time, all video calling platforms, be it WhatsApp, Zoom or even Google Meet, they are your best friends. So jump onto a call with either your DOP or the cast, whoever's going to be shooting the final film. Get on a call with them and decide everything from which spot of their house they're going to be shooting in, what the framing is going to look like, what the angles are, what the art is going to be in that frame, and also like what they're going to be wearing. And what you can do is once it's all decided, either ask them to send images of exactly that, or on the call itself just take screenshots of it and make a list of it all so that you have it on email and you have it on record. So if anyone from your team ever needs to refer to that again for any confusions, you have that list ready. Before you go in for shoot, be well aware of what aspect ratios you're going to be exporting your final films in, because then you can either inform your DOP or whoever is shooting it at home about the same and they can frame things accordingly.
We all know test shoots are optional, but in these extraordinary times, we would recommend conducting them prior to the actual shoot for three major reasons. One is to freeze your frames in terms of the camera magnification, angles, adequate lighting. In case there are any art elements required, make sure that they are prepped and ready beforehand. And since we are all at home, make sure to pick a quiet spot while recording.
You can also incentivize on this test shoot to plan out, the art in case they need to have any props, a table, chair. This would be a good time to really properly lay out, every small detail about the shot. Ask them to get into costume as well, because this will really help with just the shoot of the project.
The second thing is to do a dry run with your cast beforehand to make sure everyone is on the same page so that they can avoid any sort of delays on the shoot. Third thing is to do a quality check of the recorded audio and video outputs to ensure all your technicals are in place and sorted. So let's move on to the next segment, production. Here's a checklist of what your cast will need. One laptop for Teams virtual presence, one phone to record the video, one phone to record the audio, one earphone with microphone. Ideally, wired earphones work best in terms of the quality of the audio output, but the Bluetooth ones will work as well. And high-speed internet connection. Some pro tips to keep in mind: have enough storage in the phone, especially the one recording the video. Make sure all your devices are fully charged, both the phones to be on airplane mode while recording.
During the Tinder project, which I produced along with Shivani, what we did was we had our short breakdown in place and we assigned our cast to whatever characters we had. Unfortunately, we couldn't do a test shoot. However, on the day of the shoot, one person from the direction team and one person from the production team was on the video call with the cast, just directing them and making sure that the shot was right and it was coming in place. And honestly, the short breakdown was super helpful. Making sure we knew what location we wanted the cast to shoot was super helpful. Since we had about 20-30 shots for the film, we also ensured to map out a schedule with the cast, and the cast knew what time we were planning to shoot with them, so that there was no miscommunication, so that we didn't miss out on any shots, and just so that we respected everyone's time.
One learning that I had about remote shoots is not to treat it any lighter or any differently than a shoot that you would be doing on location. So make sure you take your safety takes and you have enough buffer time as well, because things are going to go slightly over schedule because no one's in a same room and we're not there together. So just make sure you shoot as much as possible, because you don't know when you're going to use your safety takes, or when you're going to use, like, that different take that you thought was good on the day of shoot. So just go ahead and shoot whatever you think you're going to require on the edit table.
Now, once your shoot is done, I think it's important to have a quick discussion with the editor. Make sure you've discussed all the tech specs with them. So stuff like, what frame rate, your cast has shot with, what kind of resolution they need to edit it on, what the export needs to look like. Make sure that's discussed well in advance before they start their lineup, so that there are no surprises, later on.
Also, if you have cut downs, aspect ratios, any of that information, give all of that to your editor early on, so that they plan all of that accordingly. You don't want your editor working on a 4K timeline if you're only going to give an HD output. So communicate as much as possible, because over communication is always better.
Organize all your files, footage, audio, etc. on a Google Drive or a cloud folder to make the post process easier.
Another thing to keep in mind is that during the quarantine, the post-production phase can slow down, simply because, we're working remotely and, you're not physically around each other. Your director may not be able to see a cut immediately. He may not be able to review it on the timeline. There could be communication gap. A tip that I would give for such a scenario, especially if you're working with, an animation team, is to ask them to send GIFs of shots or sections that are done. It doesn't take too long to export. It's low res. You can quickly upload it on WhatsApp. Your team can review it immediately, and, you don't have to wait for the full film to be done before, anyone can take a look. So make GIFs your best friend, and try to figure out other tips to cut down on the post time.
All right, that was it. I hope these tips that we gave y'all were super helpful, and in case you have some tips that we could use, please do let us know, so that we can incorporate it in the multiple shoots that we're going to be doing. I'm guessing it's the new normal, so we'll get through this. Bye.